Hey guys, Drag and Drop Coding here. I'm your host Christian Mishka, and in this video we're going to be starting a platformer, making a mini platformer game basically. We're just going to go over kind of how to jump your character from one platform to another and kind of that physics of moving your character. This is going to be a very beginner video, so it's going to be very simple. It's not going to look very good, but I'll be adding on to this series to making the platform movement much better, much more smooth, more physics, so it'll be getting more complicated in this series. But this video is very beginner. It's just going to be very simple. Alright, so let's go over this. So we want our cat to be basically a platformer, kind of like Mario or something like that. First of all, I'm going to make him smaller just so that we have more space. Cool. Whoops. Okay, there he's smaller. I'll just make that happen when the flag starts. I'm going to make another sprite, and this will be our platforms. So I'm going to convert that to vector, and I'm going to zoom out, and then I'm just going to create some black platforms. Put one at the bottom of the screen, make sure to fill it in. Okay. And then I will put a platform right here. Right, okay, and then I'll put one right there, and then I'll put let me do a slanted line, or let me just do another one actually, and then I'll rotate it, stretch it out so it can be kind of like a ramp there. I think that's pretty cool. So we kind of have this platform playground. Oops, didn't mean to make that. We just want to set it up so we can have a good testing ground. I'm just kind of modifying this to see if I can make better. I think I am happy with this. Okay, so that's going to be our testing ground. I'm just going to make this object move to 0, 0 so we can center it so it looks the same as when we were editing it. Cool. So now we have our platform and we have our cat. So these will be the platforms, and then we have our cat. Okay, cool. Now we want our cat to move and hit these platforms. So let's do what we always do. We have our forever, and we want to have some sort of movement for our cat. Let's just do left and right for now, and then we'll add gravity into the picture. So if you move left and you move right, we want to just change your X position, positive for right, negative for left, basically like the movement. So now we can control it, we can go left and right, that's all cool. And then we need to add some sort of gravity, right? And then we need jumping after that. So how do we do gravity? So gravity is just going vertical in this game. We're not doing anything crazy with gravity, just regular. So we just change our y by a negative number, and then he falls down. Pew! Well, there he goes. Let's see, I'm gonna go to front just so he's in front of that. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna make him go to 0, 0 right as the game starts, so he's not stuck in the floor. Or, whoopsie, not 10, 10. Meant 0, 0. Come on. Okay. Okay, so he just kind of falls whenever you click start, and he doesn't hit the ground. So how do we do hitting the ground? There's a couple ways you can do this. First, let's just say, so the ground is black, right? So we need to do something with touching color black. So we've got this touching color black. So if we're touching black, then what? We don't fall. If we're not, then we need to fall. So why don't we get an if else, and we can switch that up. Alright, so if we're touching black, and here, this is when you're hitting the ground. Otherwise, you're not hitting the ground, so you need to fall. Okay? Cool. So now we hit the ground, and we can walk through the ramp. We can't jump, so let's add jumping. Very simple, just duplicate these blocks. I'll make it so you can go up arrow, and this will change your Y by 10. Okay? Press up. Well, that's some pretty lame jumping if you ask me. Oh, but look, you can go up the ramp, at least. That's kind of cool. Why don't we change this number higher? Make it 40. Okay, cool. We can jump up the platforms. We can hold it down and kind of fly. I mean, that's not exactly jumping, but yeah. Okay, you can go through the platforms. Maybe we don't want that to happen, but this is the basics of it, right? Cool. Now, what if you can only press the up arrow when you're not touching the, or when you're touching the ground? So if we're touching the ground, that would make things handy, right? Now I can jump like this. I can't hold it down and fly, but I can still I can go through platforms to get to them. Okay, that might have fixed things a little bit. The truth of the matter is, it's really hard to do this logic. We need some variables to help us make this much more smoother, much more realistic. So in the next video, I'm going to be going over how to add velocity to your, to your games. And then velocity will just be kind of a basic video. And then after this, I'll get into more advanced platform movement using velocity, and I'll show you how to do that. So this is just very beginner. This kind of is glitchy and stuff, but you can use it if you want. I recommend watching the velocity video and then moving on to the more advanced platformers, and yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.